Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on special Surd products. We can expand special binomial products involving surds. We follow the same rules that we used for algebraic binomial expansions. Let's look at some examples. Number one, if we have the square root of 3 plus 2 all squared, that just means that you multiply those together. So it's the square root of 3 plus 2 multiplied by the square root of 3 plus 2. I'm just doing this the long way before we revisit the short way. So that gives us the square root of 3, which we put outside the grouping symbols, multiplied by the square root of 3 plus 2, which is there. Then we put 2 outside of the grouping symbols, and we multiply it by the square root of 3 plus 2, which is there. When we expand that part there, that gives us 3 plus 2 the square root of 2. When we expand that part, that gives us 2 the square root of 3 plus 4. When we collect like terms, 2 the square root of 3 plus 2 the square root of 3 is 4 the square root of 3. And 3 plus 4 is 7. So that is the answer. Now we can revisit the expansions we saw earlier for algebraic terms. A plus b all squared is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. It's basically the first squared plus twice their product, which is there, plus the second term squared. In a similar manner, a minus b all squared is the first squared minus twice their product plus b squared. It's similar to the first one, except we have a minus sign here because of that sign. And then the product of a sum and difference, if you have a plus b, a minus b, as long as the terms are the same, but the only difference is the plus and minus sign, that's a squared minus b squared. That's just automatic. So let's expand the square root of 5 minus the square root of 2 all squared using that rule. So we have the first squared, which is a squared, so that gives us the square root of 5 all squared is 5, minus twice their product, which is, now their product is the square root of 10, so that's 2 the square root of 10. The second one squared, which is there, is 2. So 5 plus 2 gives you 7. So that's 7 minus the 2, the square root of 10. 7 minus 2, the square root of 10. So when you expand that, this is the answer. And the last one, the product of a sum and difference, there's the rule there, is the first squared minus the second squared. So the first squared, if you square the square root of 7, that gives you 7. If you square the square root of 3, that gives you 3. 7 minus 3 equals 4. So that's very, very straightforward. So that is the answer. So this video has given us an introduction and shown us how we can expand special binomial products involving surds, and as I said at the beginning of the slide, we just follow the same rules as we do for normal algebraic terms, and here they are here. If you follow those rules, you can't go wrong.